Welcome to standing wall sequence. Have a chair nearby in case you need it. Shift weight to left foot. Right knee comes into the chest on an inhale, and as you exhale, straighten the leg out onto the wall. Keeping both knees bent slightly as you make contact with the left foot on the floor and the right foot on the wall. Starting to straighten legs by internally rotating from the groins back. Playing some Mozart on the hamstring muscles, starting from the back of the knee to the sit bone, and then releasing, coming back to the back of the knee, playing some piano down to the sit bone, releasing. So going in one motion from the back of the knee towards the sit bone. Inhale to lengthen the spine here, and exhale to fold forward over that right leg. Continue your piano playing. Try to be sensitive to which muscles need the release. We're just training the hamstrings to let them know which direction to release towards, which is towards the origin, not the attachment. Keep breathing. Lower right hip away from rib cage, keeping both sides of the body nice and long. Maybe finding a new position here as your hamstrings open up. Feel free to walk your foot up the wall as long as you can lower right hip away from the rib cage, keeping hips squared and feet squared towards the front. Shoulders square. Next, inhale, arms up, no hands, abs back. Kidneys back, lift the rib cage. Soften the shoulders away from the ear. Soften the throat. Soften your smile. Keep pressing through both feet equally. Internally rotating at the thighs. Abs back, rib cage lifted. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale, hands down. Bend both knees a little bit. Grab your right shin with your right hand. Turn your left toes out to your left, opening up, maybe binding the left hand around to grab that right thigh if you have it. If not, arm out in the air like you're holding a platter. So your left arm would be in line with your right, kind of like a T. But if you can wrap it, go ahead and wrap it. So here, put everything you've got into your standing leg and let the right hip melt into the socket. You're still pressing through both feet actively, but you can shift more weight into the standing leg and let the right hip just plug into the socket. And that will soften it enough to open up. Abs back, shoulders soft, rib cage lifted. Gazing over that left shoulder, eyes keep looking where the head can't anymore. Next, exhale, come back forward. Walk your way in, use the wall if you need to. You're going to turn your toes back to where they were, maybe just slightly toes in, heels out. Grab the outside of your right shin with the left hand and open up to your right into a twist. Right hand out like you're holding a tray, armpit towards the face and palm up. Very important here to take your right hip down away from your right armpit and then plug the hip bone into the socket. As you're doing this, pressing through that right foot and the left foot simultaneously. Again, abs back, rib cage lifting, right hip dropping away from right rib cage, then right hip plugging into the socket, and then from the knee down, reaching through that foot. Soft shoulders, soft jaw, soft smile. Just breathe. Calibrate. Check in. Abs back, rib cage lifting, pressing through both feet. Just a little bit more as you exhale and come back to front. Last time on that right side hamstring, you're going to fold forward on your exhale as you play some more Mozart from the back of the kneecap to the sit bone. Release. Start again, back of the kneecap to the sit bone. Release. Next inhale, arms float up. Abs back, rib cage lifts. Right hip down, away from the rib cage, plugged into the socket, pressing through both feet equally. And a soft smile always helps. We're going to hover our foot, so peel your abs back, lift the rib cage, and peel the foot off of the wall, hovering for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, set it down, shake it out. Shake out the legs. Let go of what no longer serves you and get ready to switch. Shifting weight to the right foot, inhaling left knee into the chest, and exhale, foot against the wall. So just a refresher, both knees slightly bent as you start to massage, playing some Beethoven here on the left side, back of the knee to the back of the sit bone. Finding left hip away from the rib cage, finding left hip bone plugged into left hip socket, and pressing equally through both feet. Attempting to straighten both legs. Standing leg is difficult, especially because sometimes it gets slightly behind you. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold over that leg. Keep playing your Beethoven. Get it right. Back of the knee to the back of the sit bone. Left hip away from the rib cage. Abs back. The torso wants to lie on the thigh here. See if you can peel your belly back so it's barely grazing your thigh. And find length in your vertebrae. Goal here is to lift each vertebrae off of each other. Keep breathing. Inhale, arms come up. Again, you can bring hands down to the waist if need be, or place one hand on the leg, one arm in the air, or use both hands. It's up to you. Eventually you will get here, and this is why this is here for you to reference. Abs back, rib cage lift, shoulders soft, jaw soft. Left hip away from the rib cage. Think hip square. One can't be higher than the other. Exhale, hand down, grab the outside of your left shin, bend both knees. Open up, right toes to the right. If you got the bind on the last side, put it on this side. If you were holding a platter, hold your platter. As you exhale, start to straighten both legs as you look over your right, softening both shoulders. And again, putting everything you have into your standing leg. So just shift weight into your standing leg. You feel everything grounding down through both four corners of your feet. And then let the left hip just kind of sink into the socket. But again, you are pressing through the foot as well. Finding your foot higher up on the wall, if need be, as you open up like a flower that you are. A few more breaths. All right, get ready to transition here. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to turn back towards the front. Inhale to lengthen there as you position your hamstring back. And then as you exhale, walking that right toe in so you can grab the outside of your left shin and open up to a twist to your left. Definitely holding that platter this time. Armpit towards the face, palm up. Think abs back here. Peeling the belly away from the thighs is going to help you twist. No matter what you're doing, definitely take left hip away from the armpit. Then plug that left hip into its socket. Keeping it there, but adding pressing from the knee down through the foot. And let that carry into both sides so you can straighten both legs as much as possible. Soften the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Soften your gaze. Can you just be here in this moment? Drink it in. All the things we want to run away from. It's all right here. Taking a last exhale, getting ready to transition. Inhale to find length in your spine and exhale to come back to center. Squaring both feet, squaring the hips, finding your new hamstring position. And when you're ready, inhaling to lengthen and exhale to fold forward. Playing your Mozart. Back of the knee to the back of the sit bone. You're almost done. This is the home stretch. So just think abs back, lift the rib cage, happy thoughts, happy mind. Left hip down and back. Next, inhale, arms float up, abs back, rib cage lifts, shoulders soften. Soft gaze. Just a couple more breaths here before we float the foot off the wall. So think about what needs to be done here. Abs need to be back, rib cage needs to be lifted, and both legs need to be straight and strong with intention. Lean back, hover the foot, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift it up, set it down, shake it out. Good job, yogis. Be sure to take a minute or two before you continue with your day, just to let all these movements settle into your body, whether that be a child's pose or a corpse pose laying on your mat. Just taking 2 minutes to breathe and calibrate. Namaste, yogis.